Have you ever met someone who stayed in your mind for days, weeks, or even years without constantly reaching out? You catch yourself wondering what they're doing, replaying conversations, and feeling curious about them for reasons you can't fully explain. Now here's the real question. What makes someone unforgettable? Is it their appearance, their money, their popularity? Surprisingly, psychology tells us it's often something much deeper. In today's video, we're exploring the subtle behaviors and mindset shifts that naturally make a woman think about you long after you've walked away. This isn't about manipulation, playing games, or pretending to be someone you're not. Instead, it's about becoming the kind of person whose confidence, authenticity, and emotional presence leave a lasting impression. If you've ever felt like you're always the one chasing attention while others effortlessly attract it, stay with me. Some of the biggest mistakes men make are surprisingly common, and you may not even realize you're making them. The good news is that every one of these habits can be changed. Make sure you watch until the very end because the final lesson brings everything together into one simple principle that can completely change how you build attraction and meaningful connections. And as you watch, let me know in the comments, what quality makes someone unforgettable in your opinion? Your answer might inspire someone else reading through the discussion. Let's dive in. Think about the people you've never forgotten. Chances are it isn't because they were perfect, it's because they made you feel something. Human memory is deeply connected to emotion. We tend to remember experiences that sparked curiosity, laughter, inspiration, or comfort far more than ordinary conversations. That's why becoming unforgettable isn't about trying to impress everyone. It's about creating genuine moments that leave a positive emotional impact. Many people believe attraction is built by talking constantly or always being available, but that's rarely what creates lasting interest. Instead, people remember those who are confident in who they are, listen with genuine attention, and make others feel valued without expecting anything in return. When someone feels understood and appreciated around you, your presence naturally stands out from the crowd. Another important factor is authenticity. Trying too hard to act mysterious, overly confident, or perfect usually has the opposite effect, because people can sense when someone isn't being genuine. Real confidence comes from being comfortable with yourself, accepting your strengths and imperfections, and interacting without seeking constant approval. As we continue through this video, you'll discover practical habits that naturally increase your presence and make your interactions more meaningful. These aren't tricks or shortcuts. They're timeless principles that help you become someone people remember for all the right reasons. One of the fastest ways to become memorable is by having conversations that go beyond the surface. Almost everyone can ask, "How was your day?" But very few people ask questions that encourage someone to share their thoughts, dreams, or experiences. The conversations people remember are the ones where they feel truly seen, heard, and understood. Instead of focusing on saying the perfect thing, focus on being genuinely curious. Listen carefully instead of planning your next response. Ask thoughtful follow-up questions that show you're paying attention. For example, if she mentions a hobby she's passionate about, invite her to tell you what first inspired that interest. These kinds of questions create a natural flow and help build a stronger connection. Just as important, don't make every conversation about yourself. Sharing your own experiences is valuable, but balance is key. Give her room to speak, express herself, and feel comfortable without judgment. People often remember how you made them feel more than the exact words you said. Another powerful habit is to bring positive energy into your conversations. A sense of humor, kindness, and optimism can make even simple moments enjoyable. When someone consistently associates your presence with feeling relaxed, appreciated, or inspired, they'll naturally look forward to talking with you again. Meaningful conversations aren't about impressing someone with clever lines. They're about creating authentic moments that leave a lasting emotional impression. When your words reflect sincerity, respect, and genuine interest, you become someone worth remembering long after the conversation ends. Real confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a person can develop, but it's often misunderstood. Many people think confidence means being loud, showing off, or trying to dominate every conversation. In reality, genuine confidence is much quieter. It's the ability to feel comfortable with who you are, even when you don't have all the answers or everyone's approval. A confident man doesn't feel the need to constantly prove his worth. He speaks with intention, listens without interrupting, and stays calm under pressure. Instead of seeking validation from others, he builds his self-respect through consistent actions. That inner stability is what people naturally notice. It's reassuring, authentic, and difficult to fake. One of the best ways to strengthen confidence is by keeping promises to yourself. Whether it's exercising regularly, learning a new skill, improving your career, or simply sticking to healthy habits, every small commitment you honor sends a message to your mind. I can trust myself. Over time, those small victories become the foundation of lasting confidence. It's also important to become comfortable with rejection. Not everyone will connect with you, and that's perfectly normal. Confident people don't see rejection as proof that they're not good enough. They see it as part of life and continue moving forward without losing their sense of self-worth. Remember, confidence isn't about making others feel smaller so you can feel bigger. It's about becoming secure enough that you no longer need to compete for attention. When you carry yourself with authenticity, purpose, and quiet self-belief, your presence becomes naturally attractive. And that's the kind of confidence people remember long after you've left the room. One of the biggest misconceptions about attraction is that you have to reveal everything about yourself immediately. In reality, people are naturally drawn to what they haven't fully discovered yet. Mystery isn't about being distant, cold, or playing emotional games. It's about allowing your personality to unfold naturally over time instead of rushing to tell your entire life story in a single conversation. Think about your favorite movie or novel. If someone told you every plot twist before you started, the excitement would disappear. Human curiosity works in much the same way. When someone discovers new layers of your personality little by little, they stay interested because there's always something more to learn. This also means resisting the urge to constantly text, explain every decision, or seek reassurance. It's perfectly healthy to have your own hobbies, goals, friendships, and personal time. When your life is full and meaningful, you naturally create space that allows curiosity to grow. Instead of wondering why you're not always available, she'll begin wondering what you're working on and what makes you so fulfilled. However, remember that mystery should never replace honesty. If you're pretending to be unavailable just to get attention, people eventually notice the inconsistency. Genuine mystery comes from living an interesting life, not creating confusion. The most memorable people aren't those who hide who they are. They're those who continue growing, learning, and evolving. Every conversation reveals something new, every interaction feels authentic, and every meeting leaves the feeling that there's still more to discover. That quiet sense of curiosity is often what keeps someone thinking about you long after you've said goodbye. Real attraction isn't built on perfect looks or expensive gifts. It grows through emotional connection. While appearances may capture someone's attention, emotions are what keep them coming back. When a woman feels safe, respected, and genuinely understood around you, those experiences become far more memorable than any clever pickup line or grand gesture. One of the best ways to create that connection is by being fully present. In a world where everyone is distracted by notifications and busy schedules, giving someone your complete attention is surprisingly rare. Make eye contact, listen without interrupting, and respond with genuine interest instead of rushing to change the subject. These simple habits communicate something powerful. What you're saying matters to me. Another important element is emotional consistency. People naturally trust those whose actions match their words. If you're kind one day and distant the next without explanation, it creates confusion rather than attraction. But when you're respectful, dependable, and emotionally balanced, you become someone others feel comfortable opening up to. Don't be afraid to show your human side either. Sharing your values, meaningful experiences, or lessons you've learned can create a deeper bond than trying to appear flawless. Authenticity builds trust because it invites the other person to be authentic as well. Finally, remember that emotional connection isn't something you force, it's something you nurture. It grows through patience, empathy, shared experiences, and honest communication. When someone consistently feels understood, appreciated, and emotionally at ease in your presence, they don't just remember the conversation, they remember how you made them feel. And those feelings are often what stay in their mind long after you've gone. Here's a truth that many people discover too late. The more your happiness depends on someone else's attention, the less confident and attractive you often appear. On the other hand, when you're focused on building a meaningful life, you naturally become more interesting to the people around you. That's why personal growth isn't just good for you. It's one of the strongest foundations for healthy attraction. Instead of making another person the center of your world, make your goals, values, and purpose your priority. Invest time in learning new skills, improving your health, advancing your career, reading more books, traveling when you can, or developing hobbies that genuinely excite you. Every new experience adds depth to your personality and gives you confidence that comes from real achievement, not outside validation. Growth also means becoming emotionally stronger. Life won't always go as planned, and neither will relationships. There will be misunderstandings, disappointments, and moments when things simply don't work out. Rather than letting those experiences make you bitter, use them as opportunities to learn. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? That mindset transforms setbacks into stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Another important habit is protecting your peace. You don't have to be available every minute of the day to prove you care. It's perfectly healthy to spend time with family, enjoy your hobbies, work toward your dreams, and recharge on your own. Having a balanced life shows emotional maturity because it demonstrates that your identity isn't dependent on constant attention or approval. As you continue growing, you'll notice something surprising. Your conversations become richer because you have more experiences to share. Your confidence becomes quieter because it no longer needs to be announced. Your decisions become clearer because they're guided by your values instead of fear of rejection. People are naturally drawn to individuals who have direction and purpose because that energy is inspiring. Most importantly, never improve yourself simply to impress someone else. Improve yourself because you deserve a fulfilling, meaningful life. Relationships should add value to the person you're already becoming, not define your entire identity. Ironically, when you stop chasing validation and start investing in your own future, you become more authentic, more confident, and far more memorable. The best version of you isn't created by seeking attention. It's created by consistently choosing growth, one day at a time. Becoming memorable isn't about making one grand gesture. It's about the small habits you practice every single day. The truth is, people rarely remember someone because they tried too hard to stand out. They remember the person who was consistent, genuine, and made every interaction feel meaningful. These everyday habits quietly shape how others see you and how often they think about you after you've gone. The first habit is being fully present. When you're talking to someone, give them your attention instead of checking your phone or looking around the room. Making eye contact, listening carefully, and responding thoughtfully shows respect. In today's distracted world, genuine attention has become surprisingly rare, which makes it incredibly valuable. Another memorable habit is keeping your word. If you promise to call, call. If you commit to something, follow through. Reliability builds trust, and trust creates lasting impressions. People feel comfortable around those whose actions consistently match their words. Kindness is another quality that never goes out of style. Simple gestures like remembering small details, offering sincere compliments, expressing gratitude, or helping without expecting anything in return leave a deeper mark than flashy displays meant to impress. These actions communicate character, and character is what people remember long after appearances fade. A strong sense of purpose also makes you unforgettable. People are naturally drawn to individuals who are passionate about their goals and continue moving forward with determination. Whether it's your career, fitness, creativity, or personal mission, having something meaningful to pursue gives your life direction and your conversations depth. Don't underestimate the power of emotional control. Memorable people don't overreact to every challenge or seek attention through drama. They stay calm, think before they speak, and handle disagreements with maturity. That quiet confidence creates a sense of stability that others admire. Finally, keep growing. Stay curious, learn new skills, read, explore different perspectives, and embrace new experiences. Every step of personal growth adds another layer to your personality. Over time, people don't remember you because you tried to be unforgettable. They remember you because your authenticity, consistency, kindness, and purpose made them feel something meaningful. Those are the habits that leave a lasting impression long after the conversation has ended. Now that we've talked about the habits that create lasting attraction, let's look at the mistakes that often have the opposite effect. Sometimes it's not what you fail to do that pushes someone away, it's the small behaviors you don't even realize are hurting your chances. The first mistake is trying too hard to impress. Constantly bragging about your achievements, showing off your possessions, or exaggerating your success rarely creates genuine attraction. True confidence doesn't need to announce itself. People are far more impressed by humility, authenticity, and quiet self-assurance than by someone who is always trying to prove their value. Another common mistake is being available every second of the day. Replying instantly to every message, canceling your own plans, or making someone the center of your entire life can unintentionally communicate that you have nothing else going on. Healthy relationships are built between two people who each have their own goals, interests, and purpose. Giving each other space isn't a sign of losing interest, it's a sign of having a balanced life. A third mistake is seeking constant validation. If every conversation is filled with questions like, "Do you still like me?" or "Are you upset with me?" it can create unnecessary pressure. Confidence grows from trusting yourself, not from depending on someone else to reassure you every day. Many people also underestimate the damage caused by inconsistency. Being warm and respectful one day, then distant or rude the next without explanation creates confusion instead of connection. Trust is built through consistency. When your words, actions, and attitude align over time, people feel emotionally safe around you. Another habit to avoid is pretending to be someone you're not. Whether it's acting wealthier, tougher, or more experienced than you really are, eventually the truth catches up. Authenticity always outlasts performance. People connect with honesty, not perfection. Finally, don't make attraction your entire identity. Your life should never revolve around getting someone to think about you. The strongest relationships happen when two emotionally healthy people choose to share their lives, not because they need each other to feel complete, but because they genuinely enjoy each other's company. Focus on becoming a person you're proud of, and the right connections will develop far more naturally than any strategy or shortcut ever could. As we wrap up, remember this one powerful idea. People don't stay in your thoughts because they tried to force your attention. They stay there because of the way they made you feel. Becoming someone a woman thinks about isn't about using clever tricks, manipulation, or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about developing qualities that naturally leave a positive and lasting impression. Focus on becoming confident instead of seeking validation. Choose meaningful conversations over small talk. Build emotional connections through honesty and respect. Continue growing as a person, pursue your goals, and create a life you're genuinely proud of. When you do these things consistently, attraction becomes a byproduct of your character rather than something you constantly chase. Here's your action step for today. Pick just one habit from this video and practice it over the next week. Maybe it's listening more carefully, spending more time on your personal goals, or becoming more intentional with your communication. Small improvements repeated consistently often create the biggest transformations. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which tip resonated with you the most and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience could encourage someone else on the same journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future videos on confidence, psychology, self-improvement, and healthy relationships. Thanks for watching. Keep investing in yourself every single day, and I'll see you in the next video.